Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Happy to have you here. My name is Blake. If this is your first time, this is a channel all about merch by Amazon, how to crush it with the platform, whether it's general research strategy, listing optimization, thinking about design, some cool tips and tricks, the whole shebang, right? If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for being here and watching. Today's theme is politics. Huge. I've got in front of me a timer for the midterm elections, which are approaching, right? And interestingly enough, they're going to be around the time of Q4, which is absolutely epic, right? So if you've watched some of my earlier videos, you know how much I love the idea of intersecting niches, which is basically you take these general niches, right? Let's say dinosaurs, and then you intersect it with holidays or basically events which get a ton of organic traffic to boost chances of making a sale. Now this, in my opinion, is going to be one of the biggest intersect coming up. So basically, we have about 2 months until the midterm elections. I think it's on November, yeah, right there, November the 6th. So it's right after Halloween, and then just before kind of like Thanksgiving, just nestled in between. Now, what does this mean for us, right? So we can see that in the Google trend, the interest over time is peaking right now. It's gonna go huge. And since it's right after Halloween, we're going to see a lot of overlap between scary, like the fear aspect of Halloween, and scary results at these midterm elections, right? So if you have Merch Informer, you will know that the best selling shirt outside of the big brands right now is our politics related shirts. This guy, Trumpkin, absolutely madness. I've got here the shirt. It's at 2000 BSR. I did a quick check on the lowest it's been, so we can use this thing here, this extension called Keepa, and you can see the sales rank over time, right? And I saw that just I think it was just yesterday it cracked 1500 BSR, right? And this is just September. Keep in mind, this is a Halloween shirt that's selling early September. Halloween's from early September, still 2 months away, pretty much, right? So it's selling around 80 units a day, making a lot of money from one shirt, and he's actually got a brand with other shirts around it, etc., etc. Okay. Now, if this is already selling this much right now, can you imagine how much it's going to sell in October? I can barely imagine. I mean, what will it be? Triple digits, right? Because if let's say it cracks something like the 800 BSR, yeah, the sales are just skyrocketing. Now, quick point. We know Trump shirts are hot, right? They are also very saturated. That's where everyone is, right? Because that's where the consumer mind is about. Where Trump is in our face every day on social media, in the news. So it makes sense that it would be a saturated niche. Now, I still see a lot of opportunity in the politics niche, right? So what I recommend we do with the midterm elections coming up is think about the fact that what we can do now with Halloween is link it to certain events with politics, right? If you notice some of the other big ones here, again, I'm not sure if this is a trademark issue because it's playing on the Notorious B.I.G., Notorious R.B.G. So again, I'm not sure if this is what the line is with parody and things like that, but this is selling like crazy as well. And tons of, specifically these ones, Notorious R.B.G. We have Notorious R.B.G. We have Notorious R.B.G. It just doesn't stop, right? Truth. So you could see generally what this is telling me, right? That the top merch shirts right now are all politic themed, or political themed. So this should be setting off a light bulb in your head that now if I enter the market with some political shirts, keep in mind it is saturated. You got to think of some creative ways to enter it, and by niching down, right? We can get some big wins. Big wins. So for example, let me give you an example of like niching down. So let's say you support the Democrats as opposed to Republican Party, right? So their color is like blue, right? And let's say you want to make a shirt for let's say moms or dads, whichever, which supports the Democrats. You would do that already as a niche down shirt, right? This dad is, you could do like this dad is for blue or something like that, right? That's a broad idea of how you would think about starting to niche down by picturing key demographics, right? Mom, dad, you could do like Also think about baseball. So now if everything is political right now, politically charged in the US, again, I use this example a lot. I mean, you could also do football or basketball and just sub the ball with like Trump's face or anything. Do you see how we're intersecting niches of something that's a big general niche like football, which is really loved in the US, and with something that is just really on top of mind right now, which is politics, and you mash it up, you can get some really cool sales, right? This is what intersecting is all about. So I know a lot of you don't have Merch Informer. I highly recommend you have Merch Informer. It just gives you a sense of what's trending. I just looked at this shirt a few days ago. I didn't expect it to be selling so soon. You know why? Because I use this chart called Keepa, right? And if you look at the whole chart, you can see, of course, it does the dip in sales rank last year. But look at when it starts dropping. Late September. Late September is at 50K. This year, early September is already at the same digits. And now, it's still early, it's September the 10th. It's pushing below 2K. So I thought that was going to happen in October. So there you go. I mean, you can never really. So that for me is another indicator that there's a certain political theme to this year's Q4, particularly with midterm elections, right? And it's just a very interesting time that this election will happen on November the 6th. Of course, Trump is always very charged. Also, just keep in mind, again, like I said, it's going to be a saturated market. So the thing with Merch by Amazon is, if you have an idea and you put a shirt up and you're just like, why is it not selling? It's important to just try again at a different angle and just keep trying and give it maybe like a week or 2 weeks to sell. I had someone write after watching one of my videos, they said, I tried this and my shirt and I didn't get a sale. But I put up the video that same day. So they didn't leave any time for it to get a sale, right? Because we're relying on organic traffic. And so as Amazon indexes our keywords and it starts to rotate our shirts up based on certain keywords and is trying to figure out who the right person is for the shirt, it takes time to do that, right? And if you want to hijack that method, run traffic, build a brand, do Pinterest ads, all these things can help, right? I just wanted to make this video a Trump-themed video because I'm actually already selling Trump shirts every day. And I understand, again, I'm saying this again, I know it's saturated. It's very saturated, but the politics niche as a whole is neatly aligned, right in the middle of Q4. It's in November. So I'm just expecting some really big political shirts this year that ties into Thanksgiving or ties into Halloween or ties into Christmas, right? Okay, so hopefully that gets your creative juices flowing. Pretty much that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm very curious to see if you're going to enter the politics thing. And one last point is, again, think about your portfolio as being balanced, right? You can dive all into like the Trumpkin shirts, but then what if they don't work out, right? You're leaving yourself with no other options. If you watch one of my early videos and you see some of the huge sales days I'm getting, luckily most of those were spread across hundreds of shirts, right? So you want to have that nice evergreen portfolio, evergreen meaning just general selling niches, right? Nothing linked to a trend or an event that can keep your account much more stable. And all right, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully that was useful. Talk soon. Take care.